Hi friends, good morning. How are you today? Okay, let's get started. Today, I would like to, yeah, basically for my beginners, but then in this discussion, anybody can benefit. Whether you are a beginner in fashion industry, you are an intermediate student, you are advanced like audio dogus, you get, or even you might be a fashion tutor like me. This could benefit, yeah, like you could benefit from this discussion. So let's get started. Today I'll be taking us through the history of garments making. Yeah, history of garments. Like we know that everything, like anything that is happening presently in this world has a beginning. So also this our fashion industry has a beginning too. Like it has where it's evolved from, like where it started from. So let me just use that, where it started from. All right. So when we were in school, I remember me taking my course. We used to do history of this. That they will say is course 100. Like in short, taking you through how that particular course you want to take, how it started. All right. So also in this fashion space, fashion and garment construction started from somewhere. So that's what I would like to take us through today. So I just want us to have a little understanding of fashion designing. Like this fashion design, everybody that is trending now, because it's really trending, and that's what almost everybody, like every ladies out, even men out there, they want to be a fashion designer. Like no one really wants to pay huge amount of money, for designers. But it's fine, but then you're supposed to have a clue, like have the background knowledge and understanding of how it started. So that's what I want to take us through today in today's class. So we'll be taking history of garments today. How does this started, and like before it gets to the point of this day we are, and kilo ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn. Do you understand? So the first thing, we have six periods in garment construction. The first is the ancient period. Pardon me, yes, I read a lot, but then I can't put everything at hand as it is. So we have the ancient period. What does that mean? Ancient period is a period where men, they have zero knowledge of putting on anything, like anything. They just go about doing their things naked. You could use Bible as reference to this. When Adam and Eve was made, the Bible made us to understand that they were naked and they were doing their things like they don't care. They don't even know they could cover their body. So also is this in the ancient period of garment making. Everybody were just doing their things. You don't want to know whether someone is looking at them or not. So that was the period of the ancient time. Do your thing while naked. So then there, after that, we have the introduction of agricultural period. That's the second period in garments history. The first is the ancient naked. The second is the agriculture. Here in this agricultural period, there is an introduction of using of fibers, like cultivation of crops, and this led to increase in the awareness of cuttings and the like. So through this, they were able to extract from the crops. They were able to extract fibers, threads. I don't know if you are understanding, like from crop. Our daddies, all those farmers. So they came to there was a kind of awareness that, oh, say we could actually use these crops to do this sort of thing, like an awareness. So then they were able to use crops for fibers, for trade. So through the use of this, they were able to use these fibers and thread to cover up themselves. All right. So the first I said ancient, then to agriculture period. So the third on my list is the Gupta, Gupta period. After the introduction of fiber and thread, so during this Gupta period, people came to the knowledge of using the thread that was being extracted from crop to tack fibers together to form a woven, like something they could use to cover up themselves. But this was only done through tacking, like they were just using their hand to tack. Do you understand? The use of everybody, I believe most of us have needle and thread at home, that you see something like there is just a little cut in your clothes or a fabric, so you just pass your thread into needle, right? And we say tack, you tack it. So that was what is being done during the Gupta period. Okay, so during this Gupta period, I said we use hand to tack, and they get to wear those things that were being tacked by their hand. It was used dress, like loose dress. There is nothing like fitted dress. In fact, there was nothing like that during this Jupiter period. And also it was during this Jupiter period that, I don't know if you have watched films that they will take materials and tie it on their bust area and on their hip side. So yeah, that's a period of Jupiter, like Jupiter period. Are we getting it? Okay, then we have Moga period. Moga period. So during this Moga period, there has been an introduction of, there were new things were being introduced, like you could print, and all those printing stuffs on cloths. The printing we are bringing back is actually not new. That's just the truth about it. It's just that it went and it's coming back. So if you see any fabric printing now, it has been before, because there is nothing new. Nothing is new. So it was during that period, during the period of Moga, there was introduction of printing, then all those decorative things. I don't know if you could remember that, during early 2000, even till around 2010, there was no really putting trimmings and all stuffs to decorate dresses. It was you making a blouse and put skirts, bam, you are going. So during pardon the noise, right? I'm in my workspace. So during the Mulga period, there was introduction of using printing to decorate material, and then also using of all these fine stuffs to make it look more beautiful. Okay, so another name you can call the Mulga period is the golden age. The golden age. So also there was introduction of, after the Mulga age, the golden age. So we now have the introduction of British period. In every history, there will always be that British period. Yes, it is constant. All right. So here comes the period of British. You know what would happen during British period? Then there was introduction of different tools you could use to produce your garments. Then all the use of using hand only to tap this and that. Don't forget, during my live session, I said you could start that your sewing dream that you've been dreaming all this while, that you could actually start through the use of tacking. But if God blesses you, get a sewing machine. So it was during the British period that there was now introduction of sewing tools like machine, buttonhole machine, weaving machine, and so on. That there were introduction of things that could actually make your sewing journey easy. Don't forget, before it used to be black earth machine, right? Yeah. Later, around 2010, 2011, 2012, then there was introduction of, then also, during this black earth sewing era, we normally use this overlock machine to overlock all the, what's it called, how can I put this, all this rough edge at the end of your at the sides, or even all around your garments production. So you use the overlock edge to weave it right. But I could remember while I was still training, there was introduction of, that was 2012, 2013, that was introduction of industrial weaving machine, right? So that is to tell you that things are changing. Like, change is constant. Everything is just moving from one age to another, from one age to another. So it was during British period that there was introduction of in fact, so many equipment now that I cannot even remember now, that are in this fashion industry, that will make sewing sweet and easy for you. God will bless each and every one of us. All right, and here comes the last stage, which is the modern period. Hey, one and only modern period, where there is competition. Everybody want to, yeah, that is the period we are in. During modern period, busty, corsets, beading, painting, resurface again, and so on. Painting resurface again, and so many things that when you see a finished garment, you will be like, wow. And that's why fashion designer now use the word masterpiece, because they've put so many things in place. I remember there was a time, and this lady, Rosie something, yes, she has a fashion brand that uses she used palm tree this thing to make a dress. Wow, that is creativity at peak. Maybe she had studied something like this, and it just dropped into her mind that I could actually use this and make something. And that was one of the turning points for the lady. So you as a beginner or whoever come across this, try and know the history of fashion, please. That will be a guide, and through that you could get inspirations that will change your fashion game. I wish us well. I wish you every best life has to offer you. Don't forget what we taught in class today, the history of garments. All right, it started from the ancients, from ancient to the second, to agriculture, to Jupiter, to Moga, to pardon me, to British, and lastly the modern period. So I believe this little piece of information will help you or has helped. So I wish you well in your fashion journey. I remain your favorite fashion tutor. It's Ladies. Bye. Love you guys.